248 RBS Freedom Express by Coachmen here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And this model, this is a winner. This is one of the best planned, best executed couples campers I've ever seen. It's about, you figure 24 foot of livable space. You're towing 26 to 27 foot, including the tongue and the bumper. It's a nice, easy hauling size. Coachmen Freedom Expresses are their premier line of high-class lightweight trailers, so the weight's not going to kill you. Very half-ton friendly. Very half-ton friendly. In their class, they have the largest front pass-through storage space. The resin table that you see up here, that's part of the, I think, the anniversary package. I wouldn't be surprised if that was phased out by the end of the year, so this is a good time to tell you. There might be slight differences between the unit we have in stock and what you see here on the video. This is here for stock footage to teach you about the trailer. It's not to say this is the exact trailer you're taking home. I work really hard to make the photos line up with that, and I do take the time to list all of the extra options that go into every single trailer we stock. Why buy this one versus something else? That's the million-dollar question. What is it about this one that's great? Little things like this. You see this little white strip? This is a big LED light strip that goes the entire length of your pass-through storage. So not only is this huge, but it's actually illuminated and you can actually see it. You have a similar light strip right here under this awning, though you can't see it. I just went camping this last weekend and it was so amazing to me. The camper I had the same LED light strip as this one, where it's at the base of the awning, not in the awning tube. My entire patio was lit up bright, but it was not offensive. Like, you just didn't even think about it. It was remarkable how unremarkable it was. You just went outside and you had patio light, but it was indirect light because it hits the bottom of the awning, then it shines down onto your campsite. Right next to me was a fellow with a Salem. They had their lights in the awning tube. They had almost no illumination on their campsite by comparison. And that's not a knock at Salem. It's a different thing. It's one of the reasons a Freedom Express is just $1 more. You get what you pay for, and you get a lot more with this one. Right here in the tongue, there's 3 things I can tell you about. Power jack instead of a manual jack. You're not going to spend all your time cranking this thing and getting it level. You don't get tennis elbow. If you have kids who like to help set up the campsite, they can do it. You don't have to be a big muscle man. They put 20-pound tanks on these instead of 30s because you can exchange 20-pound tanks anywhere. You also have an oversized battery rack right here. If you want to put on more than one battery, that's very easy to do with a Freedom Express, and a very easily accessible spare tire that keeps your rear bumper open. Now notice your windows here in the slide out. The side windows on the slides also open on a Freedom Express, and that's one of those things you want to compare against brand X. Every window in a Freedom Express opens for cross ventilation. I don't know if you're like me, but I don't turn on my AC unless I have to. I like that fresh air. I go camping to get out of the office, and that's what I like about this. You have the oversized downspouts on a Freedom Express versus the tiny little ones. This is going to cut down on your black streaks. A lot of people don't know what causes that. Actually, the rubberized roofing that you have on almost every towable RV today, it's very good stuff. It's a great product. The only trick is black algae is inclined to grow on a rubber surface. So when it rains, it washes that algae off, and then it creates these black streaks on the side of your trailer. That's why you need an antimicrobial cleanser to get that stuff off. So you learned something today. Now this is a non-bunkhouse with an outside kitchen, which I love. It is so hard to find this combination of qualities. Now, important to know, even outside, LED lighting throughout. You don't have incandescent bulbs to replace all over the place. Big cabinet right here. And what I like is you even have a little spice rack for all your little rubs and stuff. You see, they do still put a little power outlet out here, so if you want to have blender time and, Margaritaville, it's all up to you guys. You can do whatever you want. You have a big full-size fridge outside here with a Freedom Express versus the little mini fridges that a lot of lesser dollar brands tend to have. And I guess there's nothing wrong with that smaller fridge, but I can tell you that the #1 reason people are in and out of their camper all day is to get a drink. So now you don't have to track dirt in and out of your camper. Coleman high output grill. You see how it recesses and slides right in and out here, no problem. Now the other cool thing, this is free floating. If you don't want to cook right here under your trailer, you want to take it out to the picnic table, you can do that because the propane doesn't connect into the trailer. It's one of those little gas bottles you can get at like Walmart or something real cheap, or any sort of camping store. Your drawer construction you see is all plywood, full plywood box construction with hardwood fronts. It's pretty cool stuff. It's one of the reasons these just don't have the problems a lot of other brands have. We have an outdoor cable hookup here. If you want to have outdoor TV sessions, you can do that. Peek under here, you see it's fully enclosed. These are fully enclosed, insulated, a little bit of forced air heating going on under there. That's going to help keep the cold out, and it'll actually also help your air conditioning just because it'll be so much more efficient. Now, even with the big, deep slide, and that's the thing to look at, see how deep this slide is, because there's a lot of trailers this size that have baby slides. That's why they weigh a pound less. Even with a mega slide like this is only 5,300 pounds. Now the color scheme we're looking at here, this is called sandstone. It's like a light leatherette sort of touch with a little bit of hybrid with some normal fabric worked in there. I'm telling you that because, again, the trailer you're taking home might look a little different. I try to make the pictures match the actual unit, so it may or may not match this video. Now, in terms of storage, something this size, this model is unmatched. There's an incredible amount of storage in here when you start looking around. The entire underside of this U-dinette is pure storage. So not only do you have pure storage there, the other bench is nothing but storage. But look at these little tabs right here. You can slide that open, and there's full storage under here as well. And they do that so that when the kids are sitting at the table, grandkids or a neighbor, you don't have to go, all right, everybody get up. I have to disassemble the entire freaking dinette just to get to this storage space. You don't have to do that here. Little touches like this, this will include a flat screen television, by the way. We have to pull those out just for storage and security purposes. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of the beast. Little stuff like this. Even these little overhead cabinets, they put a shelf in there. It doubles the amount of storage you get, even out of a small shelf. So you have your TV I told you about. Your water heater on this is gas and electric with fast recharge, meaning you can run them both at the same time for 18 gallons an hour of hot water. You can't do that on most lightweights. Their countertops in these are better. Notice this is not even your kitchen counter. This is a non-kitchen countertop, which you'll generally get the cheaper stuff. They still use a sealed edge countertop here. There's no seams where water can slip down and get in and swell and make your countertop soft. You'll see that in the kitchen, the bathroom, the dining table, everywhere. Your DVD player is also your stereo, and it's Bluetooth enabled. So you can take your phone, hook it up wirelessly, and just kind of let it chill out there and play music that you enjoy right through your camper stereo. Little things like this. It's got a tiny little toe kick shoe garage. It's just enough for like your flip-flops and stuff. You can stuff them under there, and they don't create this big pile by the door that'll trip you up and try to kill you. Again, while we're talking about storage, this is one of my favorite things on Coachmen's. This drawer under the sink is the best use of space under a sink I've ever seen. It gives you a compartmentalized drawer for forks and spoons, knives, matches, flashlights, anything. You have all that right there. Now, these overhead cabinets here are exceptionally large, and people don't realize that. These are very, very large, and a good way to show you, even though this thing is still fully packaged up, let me wrestle this out of here. This is the revolving tray for the microwave. You'd say that's about a dinner plate, maybe a bit bigger with all this styrofoam on here. Well, you see how large that is in there. More than enough room for actual plates, pots, pans, things like that. You can fit those up here. Now, you're seeing extra storage space like this in these Freedom Expresses because they're taller. This is 81 inches tall, not 78. 3 inches taller makes a big difference when you're looking at storage, when you're looking at headroom in the shower. It's a big, big deal. And yet, even though this has the big slide, even though this is taller, it's still only 5,300 pounds. Again, I mean, dream weight for a common half-ton pickup, and a lot of bigger SUVs will handle it as well. Now, one of my favorite parts of this floor plan is just an amazing rear bathroom. You have a full standing, gorgeous fifth wheel shower, and I'm a sucker for these little spa style doors. I think that's cool. And it's even got this cool little hold back there so it doesn't bounce around going down the road. And it's clouded, so you're not necessarily putting on a free show if someone has to pop in here. A full medicine cabinet instead of just a mirror. Now, that's important because if you don't have a medicine cabinet, all of your toothbrushes and stuff are going to take up all your countertop space, and you won't have any room to do anything. So you can keep all the toothpaste and everything up here out of the way. Now, even back here in the bathroom, we do have both heating and air vents. So this is another thing where this is different. In the lightweight class, in a 24-footer, central air is not standard. It is not common, except in a Freedom Express. That is true. Now, this is the storage space in the bathroom above the outdoor kitchen, and it's massive. I can't say enough how important all of this space is. You see how this goes almost up to my armpit. I'm 6'3". I've got long, gangly, skinny arms. And I can barely reach to the back of that. It's huge. Tons of storage space. Again, I like to point out all the windows open, lots of extra light in here. There's even storage below this little sofa. This is a jackknife sofa that'll kick down into a sleeper, but you even have storage down here. Now, it is important to note that your bedroom here, if you do have the grandkids with you, you do have a door that closes. So, you know, you do have privacy here for everybody. Now, they use Evergreen brand mattresses in here. They're antimicrobial. Basically, in English, what that means is they actively try to prevent the creation of odor from things, you know, like when you sweat, when you sleep. If it's a hot night and you sweat a little bit before you wake up, this will help keep your trailer from smelling like body odor. Maybe not the prettiest thing to talk about, but it's a realistic thing that happens. Now, this is something else I like. Well, first of all, this is prep for a TV up here. I just like to mention that. They do have a vent here in the bedroom to let in lots of air. You can open both the bedroom side windows for cross ventilation. But this little thing, the little key rack, you're like, oh, it's just a little mail holder and whatnot. And then you start looking, and you see that it's got 2 full sets of power outlets with a couple little holes drilled through here. So that's where you can plug in your cell phone chargers, dangle the cord down through here, have your phone hanging right there, plug it in at night. It's perfect. Your phone never goes dead. You can even leave your phone hooked up here while connecting to your Bluetooth stereo. Sorry, I just totally mentally paused there for a minute. It's a perfect space to leave your alarm clock there, or your phone there like an alarm clock. Holy cow, this video's gone 12 minutes. I gotta wrap this up. I don't generally intend for these to go so long, but there's so many cool things that I love about this floor plan. I wanted to share them all. So give us a call and learn even more. Financing, trades, hitching, accessories, we have everything here. We are a one-stop shop. We're in small town, Michigan, you know, but we are a big dealership. You'd be surprised, and seeing is believing. If you give us a chance and you make the drive or you pick up the phone, more often than not, we end up shaking someone's hand when it's done. So give us a call, 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Stay safe. Have fun. Happy camping.